Alright folks, it is Matthew. We are back, and we're now going to do the first case number 19 of the World Edition, and the first in the South Asia District. So I'm going to go straight here. And bad medicine. As much as I'd like to offer you a proper congratulations on dealing a crippling blow to Sombra in Kazakhstan, Matthew, we've got to get straight to work here in India. As far as you can tell, Sombra has gone dormant since we disabled the satellite. We haven't detected any trace of recent activity. Meanwhile, New Delhi has been hit with by a devastating earthquake. With a population of 20 million, a lot of people will need our help. It'll be your job, Matthew, to maintain the security and safety of the earthquake victims and rescue workers on site. Rising Hope, a non-government organization specializing in disaster relief, is here to offer cleanup and recovery support. They could use your help, too. Matthew, I want you and Carmen to head out to the Taj Mahal, which was hit pretty hard. It's one of the country's most popular tourist destinations, so there will be a lot to do. As a reporter, I've had experience with earthquakes, Matthew. It's going to be dangerous out there. Quakes of this magnitude can often cause aftershocks, so we'll need to stay sharp. I don't want you to fall into any crevices and get hurt. Alright, Matthew, let's head to the Taj Mahal and help get this disaster zone under control. Don't see the soda can, just... Oh, there we are. And torn paper. Sweet. That'll be worth the first star. Wow, this really is a disaster zone, Matthew. It's awful to see the Taj Mahal in this condition. It was such a tranquil place the last time I was here. What? You found a dead body? You're right, Matthew. That girl clearly didn't die because of the earthquake. See that blood-tinged foam around her mouth? And she's wearing a name tag. Her name is Donna Sandover. Look, she was working with Rising Hope. That's the organization that's been assisting the disaster victims. The woman on the cell phone screen looks like the victim. It must be hers. Do you think you can unlock it? A torn photograph? Tourists take thousands of pictures at the Taj Mahal, but they don't normally tear them up. Nice catch, Matthew. Let's piece it back together. Well, Matthew, we came to India to protest the disaster, to protect the disaster victims, but it looks like we've got a murder on our hands. Let's find the killer. Okay, I'm going to grab some stars. I'll be right back. Okay, I got me 6 stars. I think I'll examine the locked phone first. I think that's the analysis one that I'll have to wait on. QB 76 and NAD. Perfect 9. Great, Matthew, you've unlocked the victim's cell phone. Her outgoing calls her to a Warren Goodfellow, who appears to have been her supervisor at Rising Hope. He shouldn't be hard to find. Let's ask Warren some questions to see if he can give us more information about Donna. About the phone calls from the victim? Let's see what Warren has to say. Mr. Goodfellow, we know you've got your hands full dealing with this earthquake, but we would like to speak to you about Donna Sandover. She's been murdered. Donna is dead? That's terrible, and it couldn't come at a worse time. We're already so short on resources. She'd phoned you a lot while she was working here. What was she calling about? For moral support. Donna was an idealist, well-intentioned but a little naive. She had a good heart, but struggled with some of the harsh realities we face in a disaster zone. I try to encourage her to stay strong and remember why she came here, to help others. We're sorry you lost a dedicated worker. We're happy to offer any assistance we can to Rising Hope. Thank you. We appreciate any support you could give. Torn photo now. I bet this is the next crime scene. Alright. So it's not. That torn photograph you found, Matthew. Is that a picture of our victim riding an elephant? Great. Finding an elephant in India will be like finding a needle in a haystack. Hello. Bonjour. Guten Tag. You want to buy a selfie stick? Speak of the devil. Alright, kid. Sheriff Matthew has some questions for you about this photo. Sanjay Korapati is his name. About his photo with the victim. So, how about that selfie stick, Sheriff Matthew? Or a magnet, a keychain, a snow globe? Whoa, slow down there. What's your name, kid? I'm Sanjay Korapati, as in Sanjay and Kesavan's elephant rides. You want an elephant ride, Sheriff Matthew? Only 5 rupees. No, we don't want an elephant ride. We want to ask you about the woman in this photograph. We think she was murdered here at the Taj Mahal. Murdered? Why, that's Donna. Nice lady. We took that picture with the selfie stick. Sure you don't want that selfie stick? 1 rupee. Arrgh! No selfie sticks! What do you know about Donna? Donna was much nicer than my usual tourist customers. She bought souvenirs from me at the train station near the Hanuman statue and even paid for a ride on Kesavan. Alright, kid. Thanks for the tip. Don't go too far away. Sheriff Matthew may want to talk to you again. I don't think that kid's responsible. Wow, quite a resourceful kid. I'm surprised he didn't try to sell us the Taj Mahal. Matthew, let's check out the station near the Hanuman statue where Donna bought some of Sanjay's goods. We might find some more clues. I'm currently only 9 levels away from going up another ranking. Okay. Oh boy. Glasses. Ah, there you are. Right on the statue thing. Right on the bust. Look, Matthew, the toppled Hanuman statue has completely destroyed the railway track. It's heartbreaking to see this beautiful city in such a state. That book you picked up has a stain on it, the exact same color as the blood-tinged foam on our victim. This must have come from the crime scene. The book is faded, though. We better give it a closer look. And you found a wallet with the initials DS. It must have belonged to the victim, Donna Sandover. Let's see what's inside. I'm gonna grab some stars first. Alright, I got myself up to 10 stars. Let's examine the victim's wallet. Ooh. Shucks. I was hoping it wouldn't do this. What did you find in our victim's wallet, Matthew? This business card looks like a good lead. The card says Inner Enlightenment Yoga. Every sunrise under the Bodhi tree, Buddha Jayanti Park. There's no name or address on it, but there's a distinct logo. Let's run that through the Bureau's database to see whose card this is. This is gonna have to wait, folks. Okay, I think I got it figured out. Let's examine the unknown logo. There's a lot of unique stuff about this Bodhi's logo. Nice work, Matthew. You found a match for that logo on the business card we found in the victim's wallet. It's a yoga class taught by a Randy Green, also known as Bodhi. Let's go have a chat with Bodhi and see how our victim got his business card. About his business card? Are you Randy Green? No, I don't go by that name anymore. Not since I was cleansed by the flashing light of the Guru. My name is Bodhi. Okay then, Bodhi. Do you think you could come up here for a minute? It's a little hard talking to your feet. Sure, namaste, my friends. We're investigating the murder of Donna Sandover. We found your business card in her wallet. Donna's dead? Whoa, that's darkness, man. I met her at the hostel where I live. Then she came to my yoga classes. We were totally on the same wavelength. Wavelength? It's the vibe, man. I loved how gung-ho she was, getting her hands dirty with rising hope and helping others in need, just like Guru Padmasana. Alright, Bodhi, just don't wander off if you get our vibe. Peace, my friends. Live in the light. This guy talks like a surfer. Wouldn't be surprised if he actually does surf. Oh, that doesn't say much. Indian text. That book has some ancient writing on it, but I can't read it, Matthew. I suppose you're right. We better have Dupont take a look at this book. Hope he doesn't ramble on all day about it. Okay, that's 3 hours. Okay, that's it for now. And I'm going to get the remaining stars. So for now, this is Matthew. See you then.
Punched him in the face.
Alright, folks, we're back. Let's get the results of the Indian text. Bonjour, Matthew. Isn't this earthquake devastating? I'm grateful you brought me this book. It's a pleasant distraction from the disaster. First off, I had our friend Lars take a look at that horrible stain, and he's confirmed your suspicions, Matthew. This was your victim's blood. It was just awful to see such a magnificent relic so tarnished, and I was lucky to get the book back from Lars. He was so fascinated by it, he wanted to keep it. Well, our victim clearly didn't move after she was dead, so the killer must have taken that book. Can you tell us anything about it? Oui, monsieur. This text is written in Sanskrit, one of the 22 official languages here in India. It's also the primary sacred language of Hinduism and thought to be the oldest language in the world, dating back at least 6,000 years. So this is a holy book of some kind? It's a copy of the Bhagavad Gita, a 700-verse text that is part of the Hindu scriptures. It's a classic summary of the core beliefs of Hinduism, in particular that of selfless action. Alright, Matthew, so your killer has a knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita. Let's get on with some selfless action of our own and keep investigating.
So you beat Ryan. Chased him. I think your adrenaline was pumping. He started throwing punches at you and you lost control. You're wrong. You really should control your temper, detective. What I did in self.
9. I'll speed it up.
He attacked me, I knocked him down, I cuffed him.
Namaste, Matthew. Phew! I knew we were going to be busy in India, but I didn't count on you bringing me extra work.
Is it right now?
Lars and I have always wanted to visit India, but it's sad to be here under such terrible circumstances. Anyway, after analyzing her stomach contents, it's clear your victim was killed by ingesting a lethal dose of morphine. It was most likely something she ate or drank. Isn't morphine supposed to relieve pain, not kill? In high concentrations, morphine can be deadly. As little as 4 milliliters of liquid morphine can be fatal. So morphine is our murder weapon. But that's not all, Matthew. I also discovered traces of cloves, cinnamon, and cardamom on the victim's wrist, all common ingredients in chai tea. So either the killer felt remorse or took Donna's pulse to confirm she was actually dead. Regardless of, we know our killer drinks chai. No time for a chai break, Matthew. We've got to solve this murder ASAP.
Spleen is by blunt force trauma. Elliot did not beat him. I'm sorry. The facts say otherwise. Well, you know Elliot. You know that he's innocent. I know.
Well, Matthew, Rising Hope came to India to help the earthquake victims, but instead one of their own aid workers was murdered. So far, we haven't been able to find a solid suspect. We met Sanjay, the street vendor, who seems more interested in selling cheap trinkets than murdering anyone. Warren Goodfellow has his hands full. I can't imagine he'd want to kill Donna given he's so short-staffed. And Bodhi? Well, his vibe and wavelength are too far up a tree for me to work him out. So Matthew, where does that leave... Whoa! What's that? The whole room is shaking. Is that another earthquake? It's an aftershock. Matthew, take cover.
Only Charlotte can tell us what really happened.
Ooh.
I want to give her sodium amytal.
Let me get this straight.
Ouch.
Laura's a recovering drug addict. You want me to let you pump her full of barbiturates?
And Carmen gets hit in the head. So I'll see you guys for chapter 2. Alright folks, we're back. Let's start chapter 2. Well, Matthew, Rising Hope came to India to help the earthquake victims, but instead one of their own aid workers has been murdered. What's that? Is that another earthquake? It's an aftershock. Take cover, Matthew. Oh. Matthew, are you... Oh my god, Carmen has been hit. We need to get her to a hospital now. Matthew, the Lotus Temple has been converted into a makeshift hospital. You need to get Carmen down there right away.
She's calling the police. I tried to in her bedroom. I go into my room. I'm so tired.
I'm fine to get back to work, Reef Chipley. It's just a scratch.
Then I hear my mom.
I'm not Chief Ripley. I'm Ingrid. You're going to lie down and let these people look after you. Matthew, with Carmen out of action, I've called Jack in to join your murder investigation. Hi, Matthew. I hope Carmen will be okay. Ingrid's brought me up to speed on where things are at. Donna worked for Rising Hope, so she must have come here. Matthew, I want you to have a look around and see what you can find.
The door slams. My father, Tom, here coming upstairs. Then I hear a crash on the ground. I'm so scared. I just want to help him, but he runs away. I hear the alarm. I leave.
Alright, let's see what we got here.
So,
Biohazard waste can.
She's
So
And the locked tablet.
Kill your wife.
Faded newspaper. That's a clue too. Cool. Peace symbol. 5 seconds.
Why did Charlotte confess?
She was like that night. She has no conscious memory of the murder. She felt guilty when she confessed.
Where's the thing?
Really is innocent. I was going to do everything in my power to get her off.
The doctor seems to have everything under control here, and Carmen's injury is being taken care of. Find anything interesting, Matthew?
That's it.
Wow, that's one sparkly tablet. If you can't unlock it, Matthew, maybe I could give it to a Sal. And that newspaper you picked up has an article with a photo of our victim. Let's brush it off to find out what it says. But keep that biohazard waste can away from me. Are you seriously going to look through that, Matthew? All that blood and syringes? Is anyone else dizzy? It must be that biohazard waste can, or maybe the heat. I need to sit for a minute. Gee, I hope Archer's not in.
February is huge for us. All our handcrafted classic footlongs.
Give me a minute, folks, just to at least get the first star. Alright, got myself up to 20 stars. Let's examine the biohazard waste can.
This week we're chatting with Stella Maeve, starring in Sci-Fi's new series, The Magicians. Catch me weekdays from 11 to 3 on USA.
In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous.
Stained water bottle.
Dedicated detectives who investigate.
I hate to ask, but what did you find in that biohazard waste can, Matthew? I hope you are careful with that stuff. A water bottle with a foamy red stain around the top. I wonder if our victim drank from it. You're right. Let's get this bottle to the lab to find out.
Tell me about Olivia Benson.
What do you want to know?
What's she like as a police officer?
She's experienced, professional, good with the victims. People trust her, they let her close.
6 hours.
She become emotionally involved.
She does her job, and when it's done,
Let's examine the locked tablet.
she goes home.
There we are. Great, you got that tablet unlocked. Ever since Elliot cracked that Sombra satellite, he's been strutting around like royalty. Let's get him down from his pedestal to help us with this tablet.
Everyone just calm down, okay? Just calm down. What's NYPD doing in Jersey?
But work the case.
What case?
12 hours.
Not at liberty to say.
And you're not at liberty to return to Manhattan. You gonna get in the car or we have to arrest you?
What are you doing here?
Stop you from doing something unstable.
There we are.
That's not enough of your story.
This is none of your business.
It is.
Well done, Mountie. That photograph from the newspaper not only features the victim, but also a Dr. Sumati Misra. Looks like they're working together, helping the earthquake victims. The photo's caption says, "Valiant efforts. Relief worker Donna Sandover praised by physician Dr. Sumati Misra." We better find this Dr. Misra, Matthew, and see how well she knew our victim. She must be around this hospital somewhere. Moment, folks. Sorry about that, guys. Had to take care of
What
this.
case were you working?
Samantha Hawkins.
That's almost 4 years old.
About relief work.
That your twin? Yeah. I should.
Sorry to interrupt, Dr. Misra. We know you got a lot of patients to treat, but we'd like to ask you about your work with Donna Sandover. Yes, I was shocked to hear about her murder. I had to cut down on drinking chai. I've been so on edge. It's simply awful what happened to her. Donna was killed by a lethal dose of morphine. Do you have any of that here? The earthquake has wreaked havoc on our medical supplies. We have a shortage of everything. This newspaper article says Donna had been helping you rescue victims. I've worked with a lot of the relief workers from Rising Hope, but Donna was special. She reminded me of why I became a doctor, to help those in need. I really admired her strength and caring nature. She truly personified the selfless spirit of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, Dr. Mizar, we'll let you get back to your patients. We may need to come back and ask you more questions.
Did they rape you, Ronnie?
I want to be clear about this. I'm not gay.
Well, it wouldn't matter if you were. Rape is rape.
Alright, I'll let these two in their courses. See you for that. Alright, folks, it is Matthew. We are back. Playing Criminal Case on Facebook. Case 19, World Edition, Bad Medicine. Let's get the results of the water bottle. Hi, Matthew. This water bottle you found in the biohazard waste can has proven to be a valuable clue. I started by matching the red substance on the rim to the blood-tinged foam we found around the victim's mouth. I also found a high concentration of opiate crystals inside the bottle, consistent with those present in liquid morphine. Morphine? That means the killer used this water bottle to poison our victim. But that isn't all. I found greasy smudges and oily crumbs on the outside of the bottle. Analysis confirmed they're papadum crumbs. Papadums are like Indian chips. Delicious. I checked with the wifey and she says there was no evidence of papadums on the victim, so they must have come from the killer. Great work, Matthew. Now we know our greasy-fingered killer eats papadums. And I'll go ahead and speed this up. Come on, guys, I reprogrammed and took control of a compromised spy satellite, saving the future of the free world. I don't have time for diamond-studded tablets anymore. Come off it, Boy Wonder. You can spare a few moments for us mere mortals to help with this case. The plight of the unsung hero. Anyway, I worked out this tablet belongs to Arsha Raju. Arsha Raju? Who on earth is that? She's only like the world's biggest Bollywood superstar. Even I know that. Well then, genius, what would a Bollywood superstar like Arsha Raju be doing at the Lotus Temple Hospital? The tablet has a schedule of public appearances she'd been attending as a goodwill ambassador for the victims of the earthquake. She made appearances at the Lotus Temple, the Taj Mahal, and the Hanuman statue, and her Rising Hope contact at each event was the victim, Donna Sandover. So this Bollywood star knew our victim? Matthew, let's go see what this Arsha knows about Donna. You're right, we should also go back and have another look around the Hanuman statue, since we know Donna was there during one of these public appearances. We're going to investigate the disaster zone first. Broken object. Well, that's a clue. So, Matthew, did you find any clues? I'm not sure what that broken object is. We'll have to put it back together to find out. Now, what's this? A cloth tapestry that's been embroidered with a message. The offering of wisdom is better than any material offering. And it's addressed to our victim, Donna. What could that mean? The cloth has some brown residue on it, Matthew. Let's go back to the lab and get a sample. It's nice and cool in there. It is. Is it hot out here or is it just me? I hope it's not you, Archer. are. Good job putting that magnet back together, Matthew. Cool, it's shaped like an elephant. The magnet says Sanjay and Kesavan's elephant rides. That's the street kid you and Carmen talked to at the Taj Mahal. There's a message written on the back of the magnet. Kesavan should be free to live in the wild. I guess someone wasn't happy about Sanjay keeping a baby elephant in captivity. We better go talk to that kid again. Got the message on the magnet? Namaste, Sheriff Matthew, you're back. Decided you want to buy that selfie stick? Or a copy of the Bhagavad Gita? Or maybe the cell phone? No, we don't want to buy. Wait a minute, isn't that the Bureau's logo? That's Carmen's phone. Yeah, how did that happen? She must have dropped it and I picked it up. Look, kid, no more games. We want to know about this message we found on one of your magnets. Blast! I thought I destroyed that. It was Donna. I thought she'd come back for another ride, but she said she was going to call animal services to take away my elephant. I don't know how I live without Kesavan. He's my best friend, and I can't go back to being a chai walla. I won't let anyone take Kesavan, so you'd better not try. Alright, settle down. We're not here to take your elephant. We're trying to solve a murder. You're wasting my time. Don't come back unless you're going to buy something. Watch it, kid. If we find out you had anything to do with Donna's murder, you'll have more to worry about than that elephant. And give me that phone. Kid's got an attitude, but for now he's clear. Cool. You picked up a sample of that brown residue from the tapestry, Matthew. Lars probably has his hands full helping out at the Temple Hospital, so let's run the sample through the microscope ourselves. Okay. Oh boy, is that gonna suck. Oh, one more. There we are. Bodhi? That sample you took from the cloth tapestry contained a DNA profile, and the database matches it to Bodhi Green. The brown residue also has traces of cloves, cinnamon, and cardamom. You're right, Matthew, that it must be a chai tea stain. So Bodhi must have given this tapestry to the victim, and he also drinks chai. We better go ask Bodhi what this message is all about. Okay, I better get some stars, so I'll be right back. Okay, I got the remaining stars. Let's talk to Bodhi now. Bodhi Green, we found this embroidered message for Donna. The offering of wisdom is better than any material offering. Care to explain? Namaste. It's from the Bhagavad Gita, man. It's all about Dharma and Karma, following the cosmic path of the righteous. Yeah, I'm not following you. I was trying to teach Donna that instead of taking people's possessions, she should take their advice. Are you saying Donna stole something from you? She came to one of my yoga classes and during the break stole my father's watch. She told me she used it to buy food and medicine for the earthquake victims, but stealing is bad karma, dude. I bet that made you angry. Nah, dude, retribution isn't man's responsibility. That's up to a higher power. What goes around comes around. That's what the guru says. Or maybe it was Oprah. Well, dude, if you are involved in Donna's killing, you'll experience some of our retribution. Now let's question Arsha Raju. Who are you and how did you get past security? Have you brought that chai I ordered? No, we're here to ask you a few questions regarding the murder of Donna Sandover. Donna who? Donna Sandover. She was a Rising Hope contact at your Goodwill appearances. I don't have time to pay attention to such people. I'm a beacon of light to the suffering people of New Delhi. Their plight is my concern. Well, like you, she was here to help others, and we're trying to find out who killed her. It most certainly wasn't me. Now, if you need to bother me again, Sheriff Matthew, you'll have to speak to my agent. Matthew, we've come up with some more leads, but we still don't have enough evidence to find Donna's killer. Dr. Misra seems to have nothing but praise for the victim. As far as she is concerned, Donna was a saint. And I know Sanjay's only a kid, but he seemed furious that Donna tried to take away his elephant. Life on the streets of New Delhi must toughen you up, but is he the killer? Then there's Bodhi, who the victim stole from. I'm not buying his doped-up hippie divine retribution defense. What if he got violent? So I don't know, Matthew. Matthew, I just got word there was a shortage of medicine at the Lotus Temple and it's stalling the treatment of the earthquake victims. Carmen's already there. Can't she take care of that? Carmen is in no shape to take care of anything right now. Matthew, I need to get you down there before we have a riot on our hands. Oh, snap. We're going to have to unlock this. We're going to have to unravel this in chapter 3. Alright folks, it is Matthew. We are back. Playing Criminal Case on Facebook, Case 19 World Edition, Bad Medicine. Let's start chapter 3 now. We've been waiting for hours to be treated. Give us medicine right now or we're going to take it ourselves. Alright everyone. Alright, everyone needs to calm down. Now everybody just step back and wait for your turn in an orderly fashion. You'll get treated ASAP. Whoa. I guess you're feeling better, Carmen. Matthew, am I glad you and Jack are here. I'm going stir-crazy laying around this hospital. I'm ready to get back to work. Have you found out more about Donna's murder? Matthew has developed some good leads, but we still don't know who's the killer. Well, Jack, you stay here to help keep this crowd under control. Matthew, why don't we take another look around the Lotus Temple to see if there are any more clues? Oh, that's a clue? Holy jeez, I can't believe it. Locked camera, that's another clue. I won't get the first star immediately. Too bad. That tag you picked up must belong to our victim. That tag says Sandover. Let's have a look at what's inside. And you found a news camera, Matthew? That might have some interesting footage, but we'll need to unlock it first. A big plate of samosas? That's rather strange. And there's a note tucked into it addressed to Dr. Misra. The message is smudged, so let's clean it and see what it says. Time for me to get some more stars. Okay, I got all the stars. Let's examine the locked camera. There we are. Not sure why that happened. Turning off the live chat now, maybe that might be why. Ah, there we are. Matthew, press play and see what you've unlocked on this news camera. On behalf of the victims of this terrible tragedy, and to my millions of fans around the world, as your goodwill ambassador, I sincerely pledge to do everything I can to... You can pretend to be all high and mighty, but I know where you really come from. Whoa. That's harsh. Did you see that, Matthew? That was our victim throwing garbage at Arsha Raju, the goodwill ambassador. I wonder why she was so angry. It seems out of character given what we've been told by those who knew her. You're right, we better find Arsha and ask her about this. About the victim's attacks. Oh, it's you. You're late again. You can put my chai over there. We're from the Bureau, remember? We found a recording of one of your goodwill speeches. The one where Donna Sandover threw, well, garbage at you. Where did you find that? The news crew was supposed to destroy that recording. Donna looked very angry. Do you know why she was so upset? That meddling little aid worker discovered I was born and raised in a very poor family. She accused me of hiding my upbringing and turning my back on my origins. She said my goodwill tour was a publicity stunt to increase my popularity, that I don't actually care about the victims of the earthquake. Can I help it if I still look spectacular in a disaster zone? So Donna threatened to expose your background of poverty. Wouldn't that make you even more popular? A rags to riches success story? Absolutely not. I worked hard to provide a new life to my family, and it would have been a great dishonor to them if Donna had revealed my humble beginnings. I made sure the news crew would never release the recording, and now that Donna is dead, she won't be able to tell anyone about it either. As it says in the Bhagavad Gita, no one who does good work will ever come to a bad end. Well, if it turns out you did anything to silence Donna permanently, we'll make sure that you come out to a bad end. Okay, plate of samosas. Matthew, the note you found on that plate of samosas says, Dr. Misra, please accept these as payment for our treatment. This is all we can afford. Could Dr. Misra have been charging earthquake victims for treatment, Matthew? That's despicable. Matthew is telling me to pay Dr. Misra a house call so she can explain this note. About the note left by her patients. Dr. Misra, is it true that you've been charging earthquake victims for treatment? We found this note addressed to you. Here we go again. You sound just like Donna when she found out I was doing it. Donna knew? She came to my clinic and caught me. I realize how it must look, but I've got bills to pay and medicine isn't free. And as much as I like papadums and samosas, that's just not a payment I can accept. I'm not happy about it, but it's just how things are. That's pretty low, Dr. Misra, and if you had anything to do with Donna's murder, you'll be trading those samosas and papadums for prison food. Now she's in the running. Victim's satchel now. Security pass. Got another energy point. You found a restricted access security pass in the victim's bag? What would she be doing with that? She was only an aid worker. Good idea. Let's see if Elliot can use the serial number on the security pass to tell us more. How long will I have to wait? 9 hours. Okay, I'll get the results in the morning. So for now, this is Matthew. See you then. Alright folks, it is Matthew. We are back. Let's get the results of the magnetic card. Blingy tablets and security passes. This is what you're bringing me now, Matthew? True genius is never appreciated. Yeah, we know, the satellite. You're master of the universe. Tell us, Master, about that security pass Matthew found in the victim's bag. These passes grant access to the Rising Hope Supply Warehouse in New Delhi. I ran the serial number through their database, and this one belongs to Warren Goodfellow. Warren Goodfellow? Why would Donna have Warren's restricted access pass? That's not all. The database also says Warren reported this pass as stolen. Stolen? Matthew, we better find Warren Goodfellow to get to the bottom of this. About a stolen security pass? Mr. Goodfellow, sorry to interrupt your chai break, but we need to ask you about your stolen security pass. Oh dear, I was hoping to keep that mess quiet. I've been so worried about it, I've eaten a ton of papadums I bought from a street kid on an elephant. Why did Donna want to break into the Rising Hope warehouse? She was frustrated by the red tape that's been delaying the release of our medical supplies. She decided she would steal it to treat the earthquake victims. Kind of like Robin Hood, but with medicine? Yes, but that's not how we do things here. I was furious when I learned she'd taken my security pass. I sympathized with her frustration, but she was losing sight of what was important. As Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, abandon all attachment to the results of action and attain supreme peace. Well, you can forget about supreme peace if Sheriff Matthew finds out you had anything to do with Donna's murder. Now they're both in the running. I just hope it's not the kid. Matthew, our victim might have been a noble and well-intentioned aid worker, but not everyone agreed with her methods. Dr. Misra wasn't happy about being criticized for charging the earthquake victims, even though it is pretty low. Warren Goodfellow was angry Donna had stolen a security pass and tried to break into the supply warehouse. That guy is seriously stressed out. In that video of Donna attacking Arsha Raju and exposing her poor background, Arsha was hell-bent on keeping that quiet and protecting her career. I agree, Matthew. We need to wrap this case up. Let's take another look at the Taj Mahal before Rising Hope packs up all of their equipment. Walkie-talkie. Aha! Boy, that was terrible. Yeah, charging people for emergency supplies is really, really cruel. Matthew, looks like we got here before the Rising Hope could start their cleanup. Did you find anything useful? That walkie-talkie has the victim's name on it. That could be a vital clue to cracking this case. Let's take a closer look at that clear residue. And that Rising Hope emergency blanket. What are all those small brown objects? We should vacuum up a sample. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get the stars now. Or at least get to the samples now, I should say. Clear liquid. That clear liquid you found on the walkie-talkie could be anything, Matthew. I agree, we should have Lars run a few tests on that sample to find out exactly what it is. Okay, 15 hours. Got them all. Carved beads. Those little brown objects you found on the emergency blanket are wooden beads. Maybe they're from a broken bracelet or necklace. You're right, Matthew. Those small markings look similar to the writing on the Bhagavad Gita we found. Do you think it's the same language? We better have DuPont take a look at these beads. He'll know what they are. And that's 9 hours. I'll let these two run their courses, and for now, this is Matthew. See you then. Alright folks, it is Matthew. We are back. Let's get the results of the cards beads and put a killer behind bars. From DuPont. Ah, Matthew, these beads that you found on the emergency blanket, what a wonderful treat they are. You know, Lars got his hands on that copy of the Bhagavad Gita you found, and he hasn't put it down since. I would have liked to spend more time reading it. Glad we could keep you entertained, DuPont, but we're trying to wrap up a murder investigation. Were you able to work out what these symbols on the beads mean? May we? Matthew, you were right to suggest these symbols look similar to the scripts written in the Bhagavad Gita. These are a quote from the book. These particular beads, for example, feature the symbols for bhakti, which means devotion. What you have found are Hindu prayer beads. So our killer wears prayer beads. Despite their devotion to spirituality, they will need a lot more than prayer once we catch them, Matthew. And I'm going to speed this up. It's only cost me 3. Hi Matthew, I've run a number of tests on that clear liquid you collected from the victim's walkie-talkie, and it's revealed a vital clue about the killer. The sample itself is composed of a mixture of isopropyl alcohol, disinfectant, and water. Given the ratio of these compounds, I can tell you the clear liquid is eyeglass cleaner. The victim didn't wear glasses, which means the liquid must have come from the killer. That's clear as glass, Lars. Matthew, our killer wears glasses. Am I glad it's not Lars? It was a little shaky at first, Matthew, but you've gathered all the evidence you need to arrest Jonas' killer. Let's do this. It's not Warren Goodfellow. It is not Sanjay Korapati. It is not Bodhi Green. It is not Arsha Raju. It is Dr. Sumati Misra. Dr. Sumati Misra, you're under arrest for the murder of Donna Sandover. What? That's preposterous. I thought Donna was a saint. You read the newspaper article. Then how come we found traces of your chai tea on the victim's wrist? Checking her pulse to make sure she was dead sounds like something a physician would do. Chai? Who doesn't drink chai in New Delhi? We also found the prayer beads you left behind at the crime scene. Come on, Dr. Misra, all your so-called devotion is just an act. I've selflessly committed myself to the sick and injured people of New Delhi for years. No one can question my dedication. And the greasy papadum smudges we found on Donna's water bottle? We know you spiked her water bottle, then stood back and watched Donna overdose. You know nothing about what it's like to treat patients in this country. My struggle has been relentless. I worked hard to improve the quality of life of the people of India, and I can barely scrape together a reasonable living. And there was rich and entitled Donna waltzing in, trying to tell me how I should practice medicine. She and those rising hope do-gooders swoop in, hand out a few blankets and teddy bears, and then walk away. And I'm left with the mess they leave behind. So you killed her? Don't you think that's a bit of an overreaction? She didn't just criticize me. I caught her breaking into my office and stealing my medicine, which she said she was going to use to treat the earthquake victims rather than feather my own nest. Then she threatened to report me to the medical board for charging victims during a disaster. I would have lost my license, so yes, I killed her. I gave her a taste of her own medicine. Well, you treated your last patient, Dr. Misra. You're under arrest for the murder of Donna Sandover. Dr. Sumati Misra, you're on trial for the murder of aid worker Donna Sandover. Do you have anything to say to defend your actions? I'm entitled to protect my livelihood. That's all I was doing. What about the Hippocratic Oath? You were charging patients for treatment in the middle of a disaster zone. None of you know the harsh realities of dealing with the real suffering. Not Donna, not Rising Hope, no one. She was meddling in things she didn't understand. Understand this, Dr. Misra. This court sentences you to 25 years in prison, where Hippocratic Oath or not, you will do no harm. You're only harming yourselves. When Rising Hope is gone and I'm behind bars, you'll have no one to look after you. Well, Matthew, what a contrast between Donna's noble spirit and idealism and Dr. Misra's selfish vision of the world. Donna pushed the boundaries by stealing medication, but she genuinely wanted to help those in need. Does this noble end justify her means? And speaking of earthquake victims, you're right, Matthew. We should check in with Rising Hope to see if there's anything we can do to help with the relief efforts. Let's take a look at the other ones. Warren Goodfellow, almost made the cut, no prayer beads. Sanjay Korapati, no glasses. Bodhi Green, doesn't eat papadums, and everything else is a no. Arsha Raju, no glasses, doesn't eat papadums. It was the doctor. And I'll see you guys for the additional investigation, A New Light 1. Alright folks, we're back. We just found out that Dr. Sumati Misra is the killer. Matthew, we came here to help with the earthquake relief efforts, but sadly it seems like murder follows us wherever we go. And there's still no sign of Sombra. I'm not sure we can breathe a sigh of relief as far as they're concerned, but until they rear their ugly head again, we might as well focus on what we came here to do. You're right, let's go back to the Taj Mahal to help Rising Hope with their relief efforts there. Hey, Matthew, I hope you don't mind, but I overheard you and Carmen talking. I'd love to help out somehow. I feel helpless being cooped up in my lab, and I do have a keen knowledge of India. Maybe I can help you check out the Hanuman statue. I heard it was pretty beat up. Lars, you appreciate all the help you can get. Okay, Matthew, I'll wait for you while you head with Lars to the toppled Hanuman statue, and then you can join me at the Taj Mahal once you're done. For now, I have a number 1 ranking on 6 cases, and I have a number 2 ranking overall for the case. Not that it matters, of course. Aha! Yoga bag. Gotta belong to Bodhi. Oops. I'm glad I could get out of the lab and help out, Matthew. In times of tragedy, we all need to do our part. It's sad to see a beautiful monument in this state. Did you know this Hanuman statue measures 108 feet? For that to come crashing down during the quake, it's a wonder more damage wasn't done. But I'm just rambling, and it looks like you're waiting to search this yoga bag. Good idea, Matthew. Maybe it can help us identify any missing people there might be. Let's take a look inside. I am planning to do another case in Elite Mode in Pacific Bay, but which one? I do not know yet. Camcorder. Locked camera. Searching the yoga bag didn't help us find out who it belongs to, but we did find a lot of copies of some guru's book. The Flashing Light, Birth of a Guru. Looks interesting, huh? I see you're more interested in the camera you found in the bag, Matthew. I'm not big on snooping, but to find out whose bag this is, you'll have to unlock it. Okay. No. Got it. Whoa, Matthew, you unlocked this camera as if it was nothing. Should we send it to Elliot now? "6 hours. And I will get the results in the morning. And let's investigate the earthquake site." Excuse me. There we are. Not my best score, but I did what I could. Matthew, I still can't get over how beat up this place looks. But considering the quake that hit, that's to be expected. I saw you picked up a pile of broken pieces of plastic. Any idea of what it could be? I guess I'll know as soon as you put those pieces together. Broken pill bottle. That plastic you put together looks like an empty pill bottle, but the label is faded. Not surprising considering the conditions around here. I've got your field kit, Matthew, so whenever you're ready for a good dusting of that bottle, we can make it happen. Let's do that. Tricoxia. Matthew, the dusting of the pill bottle revealed the name of the medication to be Tricoxia, and it's manufactured by a company called OM Medilab. I've never heard of them. We can't just let suspicious medications circulate. You're right, Matthew, we should get this bottle to Elliot and see what he can dig up on OM Medilab. And I'm going to get the results in the morning. So thanks for watching, everyone. For now, this is Matthew. See you then. Alright folks, we're back. Let's get the results of the video camera first. Matthew, it's cool that you're working with Lars for once. I mean, I like Carmen and Jack, but a break was definitely in order. Thanks, little man. You're cool too. Don't call me little man. Anyway, Matthew, I didn't know you were into religious cults. Religious cults? Wait, are you talking about what was on that camera Matthew found near the Hanuman statue? Yeah, and it seems as if Yoga Bodhi is the cult type. At least that's what I gathered from what was on his camera you brought me. So this is Bodhi's camera. What's on it? Besides some random yoga, hippie stuff. And by the way, that guy can really bend. I found a bunch of videos he took at some sort of spiritual gathering led by a guru. Check it out. My friends, you want to know what is the soul? The soul is your consciousness. It shines as the light inside the heart. Let yourselves be cleansed by the flashing of the light. We are cleansed with the flashing of the light. Yes, be cleansed by the flashing of the light and open your hearts to the world. Live in the light. Namaste. Doesn't even look like him. That guy Bodhi caught on video with his camera is fascinating. Who is he? I'm not really sure. He goes by Guru Om Padmasana, but there's not much info on him. From what I found, he's only been a guru for the past year. Before that, no one knows. But if you ask me, a self-proclaimed guru with no past whatsoever sounds too in the present for it to be legit. I'm not convinced by him or his flashing lights. Despite your reservations, it seems like he's got a lot of very devoted followers, happy to follow him wherever he goes. Sadly, some people like to take advantage of periods of hardship to control the population. You're right, Matthew, we ought to check out this guru. Let's go see what our bendy friend Bodhi can tell us about him. I'll get the results of the bottle label now. Hey Carmen, it's good to see the bandages off. Thanks, kiddo. That was quite a blow to the head, but I'm good to go now. Speaking of, were you able to find any information on the Tricoxia bottle we sent you? I called on Angela's help for this one, and what she told me was pretty wild. It seems Tricoxia is a highly experimental antiviral drug reported to have broad spectrum efficacy against many infectious viruses. Cool, right? Unfortunately, it hasn't been tested on humans yet, and if overused, could breed a super virus completely immune to any medication. creating, and I quote, a plague of biblical proportions. You're saying these pills could kill people? We need to find out more about this OM Medilab. I'm afraid I don't have much for you there. All I can find out is that OM Medilab is an offshore pharmaceutical and biotech company that seems to specialize in immunology and infectious diseases. Their lack of transparency makes it challenging to trace the extent of their financial dealings. I agree, Matthew, an untraceable company manufacturing a controversial drug seems really fishy to me, too. I do have a piece of info you might find interesting. Turns out there's only one person in New Delhi authorized to distribute this drug, and you have her in custody. Dr. Misra? Well, Matthew, we know what we're doing next. A visit to Dr. Misra in jail is just what the good doctor ordered. I'm going to get to Dr. Misra now. Sheriff Matthew, you've already stripped me of my license and my dignity. What else do you want? Dr. Misra, we found out you were working with a company called OM Medilab. We'd like to know more about them. There's not much to know. A little while ago, I was contacted by one of their representatives. They were aware of my practice and wanted to cut a deal with me. They will give me exclusive access to their pharmaceutical catalog, which I purchased at a relatively low cost. I would, in turn, tell them how my patients were reacting to the drug. You were experimenting on your patients for money? It's the business of medicine, but to prove I'm not completely heartless, here's a tip. The last stock is stored at the Lotus Temple. Sheriff Matthew, you're bound to find the information you're looking for there. Before you go, Sheriff Matthew, perhaps you'd like to eat my prison lunch. It's offensive to serve hamburgers in India. Don't they know cows are sacred here? Okay. Faded paper already. There it is. Matthew, Dr. Misra had better not have lied to us about what we could find here. We didn't find the stock of medicine Dr. Misra told us about, but Matthew, it looks like you found the next best thing. If we're lucky, this faded invoice will have something to do with the elusive OM Medilab. I'll get your testing kit for you. There we are. Accidentally clicked on the right one. Matthew, is this shipping invoice saying that Rising Hope sold their medication to OM Medilab? Why would they sell their stock to anyone when they were already short on medication? This makes no sense. I don't like the looks of this. This seems pretty low, especially for an aid organization. I'm with you, Matthew. Something stinks, and it's not the cow dung. Let's go see what Warren Goodfellow has to say about this invoice. About a shipping invoice? Mr. Goodfellow, can you explain why we found a shipping invoice for a load of medication you sold to OM Medilab? I thought there was a shortage of medication. There was. I mean, we had the medication, but we couldn't access it. All the red tape had the medication tucked away behind lock and key. There was nothing we could do with it. We weren't authorized to distribute it, and clearing it for use was taking too long. So you decided to sell the meds instead? What's the logic behind that? We figured we could raise funds for Rising Hope by selling the medication we couldn't distribute. We just received OM's payment today. Your aid worker Donna died trying to get the medication to the people who actually needed it. I'm as outraged as you are, but this is the name of the game, and you gotta do whatever it takes to keep things going. I've seen a lot in my time, but playing with the lives of those who are suffering sure does take the cake. Sheriff Matthew, I'm one of the good guys. It's a tough world, but I keep hoping we can make a difference. Please accept this offering for all your hard work. I think that was the third one. And Bodhi, about the guru in the video. Namaste, Sheriff Matthew. I'm surprised to see you again. Do you want to do some yoga with me? Can you teach me to do that? Oh, sorry, Matthew, I got sidetracked. Bodhi, we're here because we want to know about the videos you shot of your guru guy. Guru Om Padmasana, he's awesome, dude. Such an inspiration. He's the light in this world of darkness, and we're all cleansed by his light. What exactly do you know about his lightness? Like, where does he come from? What's his real name? All I know is that he's Guru Om Padmasana. That's all I need to know. There is no past, only the present. But he'll be leading a kirtan in Mumbai soon, Sheriff Matthew. He'll be leading a kirtan in Mumbai soon. Sheriff Matthew, you could head out there to check out his light in person. Thanks for the tip, dude. No worries, brah. And Sheriff Matthew, if you do go, be sure to wear this. It'll help release the negative energy that surrounds your aura. Matthew, our relief efforts ended up uncovering some pretty interesting stuff, wouldn't you say? First, there's that guru, Om Padmasana, who has a lot of followers but no real past history of anything. We better keep a close eye on him just in case. And second, there's OM Medilab. Big Pharma can be shady, but this company seems to specialize in questionable backdoor dealings. Let's keep them on our radar. It's almost a relief that Sombra seems to be dormant. Looks like we'll have our hands full as it is, but let's not let our guard down. Matthew, we just got word the recent aftershocks have caused massive tsunamis in Mumbai. It's an absolute catastrophe. Matthew, the Bureau has pledged to offer any help we can. That means you're going to Mumbai. That will do for this case, and case 20 will come soon. For now, this is Matthew. See you again. And I will do another case in Pacific Bay in Elite Mode. Which one? I do not know yet. So for now, this is Matthew. See you then.